boys. Welcome to the CanadaGuns Talk Show in 1080p. I'm your host, The Crover. This is episode 74, Milsurp Shenanigans.
And maybe one day you'll get an internet connection that can stream in 1080p.
What? Hey, say hi, Adriel.
Oh, this is the Milsurp episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. hey, Garrett. Say
That's
hi.
a feature. That's a feature.
Say hi. Do it. Say hi. Ooh, yeah, boy. And you can say hi, Chris.
Hi, I got no beer and no money, so.
Oh, good.
Well, the class on this show is way up there.
See, I think this is why Trevor doesn't like me on your show. This is it. There's nothing else. The fuck have you been up to? Oh, wait. Fuck you, Adriel. Fuck you, Garrett. Crazy's actually got like good shit to talk about.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, surprisingly, I've actually done shit in the last week. So one of the clubs I'm a part of had a competition, just a casual thing to try and get people interested in competition. And the grand prize was a $250 Cabela's gift card. Second place was $100, third place was $50, and then fourth, fifth, and sixth all got $25. So it was organized by some dude who is black badge certified, and he just wants to get more people like competitive shooting. So he said, "I'll shoot too, but I'm not going to take a prize if I win." So okay, whatever. All it was he basically set up a barricade, 2 targets on the left, 2 targets on the right. You have to shoot 5, 5, mag change, 5, 5, while basically leaning around the thing to it. So there's pictures of me leaning around the thing there. So we go up, and obviously no shoot in this. Like, it's all we did, like 20 rounds for the whole fucking day. Had to get up early in the morning to go do it. But
you had to get up early. Oh my god.
But the end results
Like
were he gets
9?
first place. But then he doesn't take a prize because he said whatever. I don't know what the scoring is. I think because he did black badge, it was like IPSC style because he got
hit factor. It'll be alphas and Charlies and deltas. So your alphas will be more points than Charlies and deltas, right?
Yeah,
what the Baldy said.
We did score on the target because the target was scored plus and then something with time. So he had a score of like 170 something and a time of 28.9 seconds, and he got an overall score of 6 point something.
That's his hit factor. Score over time is like hit factor, how much points you can get in the time.
So I ended up with 151 points. I missed 1 shot, so that was -5 points for that. But I ended up with 151 points in 28.6 seconds. So my hit factor then was 5.2. So since he disqualified himself, I was the next best person. And then third place, who then bumped up to second, their hit factor was like 3.2. And third place was 3.1.
What a loser.
So
yeah.
Don't you
Who are they?
Like that.
Ugh. Awful.
Don't you insult my mother like that? My mother was third place.
Deplorable. Oh, wait. That's really
nice. I mean, like, great for her, but
yeah, that's still shit. But I mean,
yeah. And then I was hoping that the whole family would end up winning, but then my dad gets 11th.
Wah, wah.
But yeah, so I now have a $250 gift card to Cabela's, and I'm thinking, well, Cabela's is on the way back from the range. What do I spend this on? I know the mayor is deciding to shit on guns right now, so the only logical thing to do is buy a new gun.
Oh, why don't you get an IPSC set up?
I already have a holster.
Okay.
And mag pouch. But yeah, I bought a Canik.
Cool.
Transfer cleared in a day.
Looks like complaining worked for Ontario. Start complaining in other provinces.
But yeah, with this, I had a $250 gift card. They had it on sale for $460. This is the just the normal SF model. I found out afterwards by reading Caliber magazine, like I was debating this or the SA because the SA was like $40 more. I found out the decocker on it kills the gun. Like it does not convert to double action. It just kills the gun when you decock it. So I'm like, well, that's kind of fucking dumb. But yeah, this came with 2 mags, a backstrap, a holster.
Oh, is that the one that comes with the decocker?
No, this is the one that does not have the decocker. But apparently, the one with the decocker just kills the gun. You have to like manually.
It's a striker fire. Like they're not supposed to. It's not a DASA gun. So why would it have a decocker?
This is largely based on the Walther P99, and the P99 AS does have a decocker to do single action, double action. So
ridiculous.
Wait, on a striker?
I actually don't mind the trigger on this. Like, it's a fairly good trigger. You almost don't feel it cocking. You don't feel it really like cocking the striker, which makes me wonder if this thing's actually just straight up single action striker fired, and it keeps the striker fully cocked the whole time.
Well, most of them have it almost all the way, and they have a couple of safeties in the way, and then the striker will move like a little bit, and then we'll go.
You can really feel it though on the P320 when you pull the trigger. If you do it slow, you can feel it cocking the gun. You can actually see the slide moving slightly as it cocks the striker the rest of the way and fires. And after it fires, you can watch the slide move slightly after that as well on the P320.
I don't remember that on mine, but I guess
this does not do that. But either way, I went and shot this. It shoots accurately. You know, I bought this as a backup gun because I realized I have nothing else in 9mm with 10 rounds. My only other 9mm is a P38. So yeah, honestly, even if I were to just have this as my gun, like, this is a good gun. Honestly,
you should take that to go shoot IPSC. Go do your black badge. If you can get a hit factor of 5 on like a short, like kind of a Mosin stage, you should be able to do your black badge.
Yeah, I mean that was with this though, which is this is the main one I want to use, my nice SIG. And second place had a CZ Shadow. So
of course
yeah, but it's the gun, not the person.
The whole idea of, yeah, because the guy who was in first place, he used a Norinco MP34, so the SIG 228 clone.
Yeah,
but yeah, like the whole idea behind this was get a backup gun. So a backup gun still needs to be accurate. It just doesn't necessarily need to be fancy.
Drop gun. Drop gun.
But yeah, honestly, if people are thinking about like a first gun or something too, like this is a good gun.
This show is now sponsored by Canic, except not really.
I actually checked.
Send us free guns.
I actually checked if this magazine is interchangeable with the P99's magazine. It is not. This is longer than the P99's magazine.
So
can't you just ram it in?
That in a P99?
I tried putting that in a P99 because I noticed the P99's magazine was too short to fit in that. It doesn't work. Then there was this thing, and I shot this. I shot my nice little clob here. I shot this at 50. Actually, because the sights say 75 and 150, and I always thought that was a fucking joke. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go give it a try. And the RSOs at Silverdale come over as I'm shooting this thing like this, and they go, hey, is that thing registered as a pistol? And I go, nope, it's registered as a rifle. And they go, oh, okay, because you're not allowed to shoot pistols on this range, but if it's a rifle, it's fine.
You're not? They don't let you shoot pistols at the rifle range?
On the 50-yard. I think they might have another 50-yard that's pistol, but the one I was on, they say, yeah, you can't shoot pistols on this range, but if it's a rifle, then that's fine. So
50's tons of space. Like that's easily pistol accuracy.
We got dumb rules, but either way, this hit the target actually. So 75 might not be such bullshit because it was actually hitting at 50 with me just like kind of resting my arms on the table, leaning in with the stupid thing and firing it, and it was fun. It was hilarious. Like watching it actually hit the target. I'm like, fuck, I wish I brought my steel so I could go set the steel up in the bunker and have some fucking fun. And then I decided to check what the register actually says for this. If you look at an AR-15's register, it actually says rifle. The reg cert for this says it is type commercial variant. So this is not a rifle. It is a commercial variant. So I asked the RSOs as a joke, I'm like, hey, so as long as there's no problem with me shooting commercial variants on this range, and they're like, yeah, just shut up and go shoot your fucking gun. I'm
still kind of confused as to how a pistol is not allowed in the rifle range. Because what's gonna happen?
So on a really long range, you'll ground strike, and then the bullets could ricochet out of the range, right? 50 yards is not very far, but some people cannot shoot 50 yards and not hit the ground.
Whatever. They have two 50-yard ranges. Maybe the other one allows pistol and just this one didn't. I don't care. I'm not accurate enough to try shooting at 50 yards anyway. But with this, it hit the target. So this 75 yards for 32 ACP is actually not.
It is almost like it was designed to be used in that manner.
So yeah, that was the surprising thing.
Fire.
Yeah. So that's what I did in guns. Yeah.
Hey, newbie Baldy, what have you been up to?
Just prepping for goose season. It's coming. Starts on Saturday.
Are you gonna use the purple, the blue gat?
Oh, let me tell you, it's that local Canadian Tire today. They're blowing these out for $7.50 a box. So
they've been hanging on to those since the 70s or something.
Yeah, I'm guessing so, but whatever. Got 10 boxes of them, so they'll work in there because those stupid drum mags only take the 2 3/4 shells. So, so no 3 inches in that, but got the A-frame blind started, and looking forward to getting up early on Saturday there to go set out decoys and try and shoot something.
Oh,
got
dude,
the
I remember
GoPro
when you
mount.
made your first post of you like slaying like tons of ducks with that fucking gun. I was so happy.
Big old Canada's, the angriest bird in North America.
When does the season actually start for those? I thought it wasn't until
Saturday. Saturday it starts in Manitoba.
Well, it's September. Hey, did you remember? September is this Saturday. Oh boy.
Yeah,
yes,
you know what
I
that means. Shooting birds. Shooting birds, making turkey, making sausage. Then I got some of those none of your damn business morale patches that were going around. They also stick nicely to your chest hair. Anyone who's interested in buying them.
Yeah, there you go.
So they're good. Awesome.
Continuing to class up our show.
Nothing but class.
For the people that maybe eventually someday will see the or hear this as a podcast. Garrett has a patch stuck to his chest here that says "Mind your own damn business" with a picture of a beaver.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, but no, really, the next show I'll really have more to go on. But this is just buying shells, buying license.
Didn't you meet a certain lady?
Oh, geez, we were talking about that before the last show. The 3-boob stripper came into Brandon there on Friday. So, yeah, it was pretty good.
Big day.
It was a big day. I had to show up to the
Brandon and all.
I had to show up to the strip club at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, early evening, I guess, to get a table. So, because at 5:30, all the other tables were full. So, good thing we showed up early. So, I had to do some steady drinking till 9 o'clock, and by the time she got out, I was seeing about 6 boobs. So, let me tell you, it was definitely worth it. Interesting to see, man. Like, that stripper could OD at any moment. So this could be last chance to see her. If she's coming through your town, I recommend going.
I've got nothing. I literally got nothing. We're just gonna leave it at that. Thank you, Garrett.
All right. Good show. See you guys.
Thank you.
I suppose I'm up.
I guess you are.
See.
Can you top the 3-boobed stripper? That's the thing.
Nope. No, I can't top it. Did a bunch of gun stuff though.
I mean, if you shine your head enough, it kind of looks like a big.
Yeah. Need a little bit more oil on there, some baby oil maybe.
You know what's gonna happen next time, right? You're gonna have a can of hops ready to go on air and just get that shit going. Yeah.
That sounds like the healthiest idea I've heard in a long time.
Yeah. Well, not the fucking cleaning oil, you idiot. Just the regular gun oil.
The lubricating oil.
Yeah.
Cleaning and lubricating and protection. A CLP.
No, that's CLP. CLP. I'm not gonna stop you.
Okay, let's see. I sold my SAM 1911. I sold a Glock 17. Still got that XTM, which I've shot once, and it's like it shoots, and I am done with it. But I've still got that Savage 10 TR. I need to sell some. I need to sell that Savage 10 TR because it's just too big, taking up too much space in my safe. I want to get like one of those Stag 10S's.
Yeah.
308 or 6.5. I'm not sure yet. Let's see.
How much do you like memes?
Memes? Memes of dreams. So yeah.
Let your memes be dreams.
6.5 all the way.
Yeah, 6.5 all the way. Meme caliber.
Oh, semi-auto meme caliber. Perfect.
semi-auto, medium caliber, basically AR, non-restricted hunting deer gun. Yeah,
with an 18.5-inch barrel. Make it as close as possible. Yeah,
And
no.
black.
All that extra barreling, that's for pussies and bolt action rifles.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll make it all black. I'll put a laser designator on the one side.
Oh yeah, keep going.
Oh yeah,
keep going.
Yeah, and then I'll go shoot a deer.
full grenade launcher.
Do it. Oh yeah.
Get the grenade launcher so it shoots glow sticks.
To somebody with a grenade launcher. So if you want to, you can hunt deer with it. You know, just load some rat shot in there. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Just a beanbag. Just hit him right in the face.
You disorient them with the beanbag, then you shoot them.
No, then you lasso them, and then you take them back live capture.
Oh yeah,
nothing better than fresh meat still
Oh,
kicking.
Yeah.
Let's see. I bought a Mossberg 510 Youth in 20 gauge, so I found one a Youth Bantam, so it's got a really short length of pull on it, and it's 18.5-inch barrel, so it's a really light gun, really short. It kicks just as much as a 12 gauge. The thing's like 5 pounds. Okay, 20 gauge is 30% less pellets, same speed for your target load, right? 30% less. Now you take a 12 gauge shotgun. I think my shotgun's like 7.5 pounds, 8 pounds. This thing's 5. It's kind of snappy. It's a snappy little shotgun. So all that like lightweight weight savings, it just makes it kick faster, right?
So would you think that something like that, it'd be better to get a 12 gauge for a kid that's a little bit heavier, harder to
then they have to
Well, that's the thing, man. If they can pick it up, yes. If they can't, then what the hell are you gonna do?
Yeah, like maybe a 410.
Make him do push-ups.
Yeah, maybe a 410, because a 410 would have like a lot less pellets than a 20 gauge, but maybe it'll grow into it.
Can they even run it in anything in an effective manner?
What do we mean run it? Like shoot grouse with it?
Sure. Oh, I thought you were getting that for your boy for 3-gun.
Oh, that too. Yeah. 20 gauge is better for that kind of thing. It'll actually knock some stuff over, and 20 gauge is kind of is cheaper than 410 at least. Not bad. Well, you can get 410 for not too bad, but
man, no. Those packs of darts go, man,
for like less than $10 a box.
Yeah, not less than 10. Just a bit over. Anyways, so I got that. We went and shot that. Me and the boy went out to the range, shot some 22s, tested that carbo kit in the 795. It worked really well. Tested my AR-15. Yes, as sponsored. Yep. Tested my AR-15 with that new Timney trigger, and it had the same problems as my Elfman. So I was firing at the long range, 500 kind of thing, and I would have the hammer follow. So I think it's the lower now, because this is 3 triggers now. It's all done the same thing. I'm gonna blame the lower. I swapped my lower out. Now my AR-15 isn't all just this white snowtrooper rifle. It's got a black lower, but I'm gonna have to test that before the next match. Broke some clays with that Mossberg 510. That was interesting. Yeah, it worked. Worked great, especially for like close in stuff, because it's so the length of pulling it's so short. Okay, this thing, like from the factory with the spacer in there, had an 11.5-inch length of pull, which is really short. It goes down to 10. I can't imagine like what kind of dad would be like, a 5-year-old son is like, yeah, you can run this. I'll take the spacer out, because that would be appropriate for like a 5-year-old. But
I shouldn't be thinking about that. Ooh,
a 5-pound 20 gauge would rock a 5-year-old, like just rock them.
You mean 50 pounds isn't big enough to hold that?
That 5-pound 20 gauge just.
What about a stocky 5-year-old?
Yeah,
maybe
like a husky kid. A husky.
Yeah, husky kid might do fine.
Yeah.
But
on just a quick note there, if anyone's looking, Princess Auto has those trap throwers on sale, $29 instead of $50. So
which? Link it.
I'll do it right now. Right now.
Right now.
All right. Yeah. That's it for me.
Adriel, we have a suggestion. You need, according to the chat on YouTube, you need a grenade launcher on the left rail, a master key on the right rail, and a bayonet on the top rail of your stack 10.
I couldn't put a master key on there because if I'm hunting, I don't think I can have a shotgun.
Slug in there.
You can't.
Oh, I could put a slug in there. Yep. Good thinking. Good thinking.
Oh, yeah, one of those brainy key black bear slugs. Oh, black
That's
diamond.
the backup. So the 6.5 is for the deer, and the slugs are for the bear that aren't around in November, but just in case.
Yes, they are.
Or the deer that comes in at you.
The den. They wake
Just
up.
Need to mag dump into that den along with the slugs.
I'm actually trying to think if you can take a master key hunting in Ontario or not.
Why not?
Because I think you're allowed multiple guns, but you're only allowed to have one loaded at a time.
Huh.
Well, it's not a gun if it's an attachment.
Yeah, try explaining that to the CO.
Yeah. I checked. I actually messaged one of the guys on CGN who just got their WKs and asked him for his order number because I want to check against mine. Mine's coming quick. Mine'll be in the next week or two here.
My buddy got his because he ordered his from SFRC.
Oh, I hate when this happens. I pre-ordered mine early, but I could have just waited. I could have just been like, "Oh, there's SFRC. I'm on CGN often." Boop, boop, boop. Bought it, right?
Oh, Garrett, I know which ones you're talking about. Those here's for the chat. It's on the air.
Yeah.
Those clay matchers, I've used those before. They work all right. They have a tendency to kind of start falling apart if you don't actually attach them to a tire.
Yeah, or pound them like really into some good dirt.
Oh no, the thing is,
move.
when you try and pound them into the ground, they break.
Hey, Crover, how long until your SLR shows up?
It's funny you should say that because guess
Never.
what TNA. Oh, by the way, are you done, Adriel?
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
By the way, look what TNA sent me.
A picture of
a picture?
Not just a picture, several pictures.
Oh, is this the one that they anodized themselves?
Yes, this is cool. Here it is, folks. Examples of what TNA means by their own anodizing. Now, Adriel, I heard that some of the uppers didn't have the cutout for the charging handle. So this one does.
Yeah.
And the anodizing does look darker than the one that Maccabee did. But as we progress, you're going to start seeing some interesting things. Now, are these complaints or is it nitpicking? I don't know. I'll let you decide. You can see some stuff on the underside over here. But then, as we get onto the upper here, you get this relief right here. And if you look inside, you can see lines. And then as we move on, this profile picture looks pretty good. I like the way that it looks.
Yeah.
But
I like the inset bullet for the fire. You know where like it's that safe. That inset bullet is really cool.
Yeah. The other one looks good too, this side. Although there's some, I don't know if it's just a dirty one, but it looks to be like there's some specks or something, whatever. But as we progress, this one also looks good. This one, though, this one looks a little
magwell.
Yeah,
the magwells are supposed to be tight. I've heard of a lot of people relieving them to.
Because they're relieving the upper too, the upper and the magwell. They have to basically cut into the corners.
Why the upper?
Because the rail where the upper is riding on, like the corners are making it tight. Like I saw pictures of it on CG. Like look at this side of the fucking magwell. Hey. Hey ho.
That's odd.
Yeah.
The anodizing looks good. Like it looks like Zach did a great job with that.
Yeah. He should just get fucking Maccabee to send him all the fucking guns, man. Look at that. There's the dreaded fucking bolt hold open hole, which apparently is causing people, like I've seen people splitting these ears. I've seen people mangling the shit out of them trying to get them in.
Like the bolt hole is undersized. You need to like your mileage may vary, but I think most people are finding that they have to open that guy up a little bit. What
Janitor did is he pinched one end of the roll pin, like he literally grabbed pliers and pinched it so that he could just like squeeze it in.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah,
and a lot of guys, rather than hammering them in, have been using a vise or channel lock pliers to get it in there.
And there is the whole thing. What it looks like. I've heard some funny things about using this trigger pack thing.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Like during the takedown of the rifle, you have to have the hammer down. It will not take down with the hammer back. Yeah. Also, you have to insert everything from the bottom. It's not like with a regular AR where you go in from the top and you insert shit from the top of the trigger pack. You have to insert the components from the bottom, and it's weird. And then this one is the one that's actually kind of concerning to me. That's the channel for the safety. Right in there. Do you see that? Huh?
Oh, it's a little bit rough.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough. And I've heard you cannot run MB safeties with this thing. There's the
Is that because the width is different?
I don't know. Well, if you look at the profiles of it on the sides, there's just shit all over the place. And there is the MacAV solution of how to put those two uppers and lowers together is the Fable nut. Although this one doesn't have the corn nut or the acorn that some people were talking about. This one is just a straight hex key. What do you call those?
Yeah, Allen key or whatever.
Now look at the geometry inside of the receiver. You can see some marks on side, but I guess that's something.
I don't know what it would look like if I took a regular AR-15 upper and lower and gave it good lighting like that. If it would be like super ugly, or if it would be about the same. I know some of those things, like the magwell is supposed to be tight in those, right? So that would be one of my concerns, because I want my mags to drop free. Yeah. But as far as I've heard, he purposefully went off spec with the magwell to make it tight so it wouldn't rattle. Apparently, like as a hunter, he wanted to use it as a hunting rifle. He didn't want a rattling magwell, so he used a really tight one that will not drop free with a lot of brands of mags.
Well, that's the problem. It's not a question about dropping free. I've heard people say that it just straight up doesn't fit or doesn't run with mags.
Oh, I haven't heard that. I've heard.
If you look at the SLR group, there's people saying like, what is it? GI mags sometimes fit. P mags seems to be the one that he went really off of.
Well, PMags themselves are kind of tight. They've got some other geometry. They're supposed to fit an AR-15 magwell really tightly, right?
Yeah. But no, like if you look at the SLR builder group on Facebook, there is reports after report after report of people saying this mag doesn't work, this mag doesn't work, this mag works but doesn't lock hold open. And actually, speaking about the bolt hold open, even if you manage to install it, you have to drill off or Dremel off metal on the inside for it to actually work as a bolt catch. It does not like to engage on bolts.
That sounds really dumb.
It does, doesn't it? So does anybody want to buy this? Because I'm thinking
there's no alternative if you want an AR-15 style rifle. As close to AR-15 as you can.
You say that, but come September, maybe October, ATRS says they do.
Yep.
And there's no alternative right now. Established company that actually has a manufacturing process in place to deliver what they say they will.
Exactly, because the ATRS company has this supposedly arriving late September, October. What we have here is the Modern Sporter receiver set, cheaper than the SLR by
come on, it's $1,000.
It's $1,000, but
it's got a maple
really like about it. It uses pins, no stupid fucking nuts, and it's dimensionally similar enough to the AR-15 that you don't need to go and fucking cut up your handguards to make them fit. Now, I don't know this with 100% certainty, but it looks a lot less beefy than that fucking SLR now, doesn't it?
Oh, interesting. I like the hook on the back there.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it's a slick side upper. It doesn't have a forward assist, which I like.
Yeah, I don't particularly
use forward assist. Useless.
I find it to be completely useless. They do actually. I shouldn't say that. They offer them with forward assist, but it's like an extra $50, I think.
Why would you even?
And they don't. And they won't have them available right away. They're only focusing on the slick side uppers for now.
And they will be offering. They're not making a huge quantity of them. I think he mentioned how many he was going to make, and like the volume wasn't massive.
So what I'm thinking about doing is, and this is for anyone that's got ears on the ground right now, is my SLR is going to be up for sale. And if my SLR is going to be up for sale, let me know, and I'll let you know how much I'm willing to sell it for, because on CGN, these things are selling quick and for quite a high price.
I'll give you 3 packs of darts and a half drink in Bavaria.
I will give you
only if you promise
100 pounds of goose sausage.
Every single inch square of that bottle, so that I know you know what you taste like.
Mm.
I'll give you this knife after I've left it in a lake for a week.
Okay, Garrett, what are you gonna give me?
This loaded with the finest Chinese surplus.
Ooh,
and some nice, delicious goose sausage shot with a shotgun that you personally mangled.
Oh,
I was hoping you were going to use the SKS bandolier for hunting ducks. And just shoot them straight out of the air with an SKS. I thought that's...
Oh, I love it.
Would you consider it if I threw in an AR-15?
that's a pen, you know?
I know it's a pen.
Okay.
The gun is really far away.
Oh, okay. Whoa, perspective is crazy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sell my my SLR for an exorbitant price on CGN, and I'm just gonna buy an ATRS because I dislike Maccabee on principle, but I'll still give him my money.
I didn't get that feeling from you at all.
No, God,
no.
What could possibly give that impression? And I'm gonna turn around and sell it and make some money on it and buy an ATRS set.
Just in time for the Liberals to ban it.
But this time around, I'm not going to pre-order it because I've learned my lesson.
Your HD camera really makes your mustache look patchy as fuck.
It's because there is nothing in the middle, see? There's nothing. That's my filthy freaking Mexicanness.
Krover, you're just like me. We can never be Hitler.
No, we can never be Hitler. I can just be a twirly mustache kind of guy.
I should grow it out into the Fu Manchu.
Oh, actually, I'm going to see if I can find those pictures. I have a picture of me with a fucking handlebar mustache when I shaved that off.
I was going to be Hulk Hogan for Halloween last year, but about into September, my wife said she was going to leave me if I didn't cut my hair and shave my mustache off. Because I was growing it long, like it was like over my ears, just gross and long.
So this was your solution? You got it, honey. You want... Okay. It's all gone.
Nothing like a nuclear option. Clean slate. Time to start from zero.
Well, to be fair, the top doesn't come in anyway, so it was that was her one thing. She, in every marriage, everybody says they get that one thing they can veto. It was I can't go as Hulk Hogan for Halloween with natural hair.
That seems to me
what's funny is my grandfather was actually told by my grandmother, if you ever shave, I'm divorcing you.
That's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. No, that was her demand. That's okay. I'll just have to get a really solid wig and grow the mustache.
And tuck it in and, ask yourself if, would you fuck me? Would you fuck me so hard?
Yeah. Well, I do that every morning when I get up.
Would you fuck me hard enough to destroy a website?
What?
Wasn't it Hulk Hogan's sex tape that knocked down Gawker?
Oh yeah, that it did. Oh, that's
right on, brother.
That's an edge reference there, but finally we'll get it.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm glad you explained it because I did not. I wouldn't think I would have ever gotten that. So I'm glad you explained that. Thank you, Crazy, for explaining that.
Yeah. Now tear your shirt off Hulkamania style to show that you're true with Hulk Hogan. Not you. I like Crazy.
No, I like this shirt.
Okay, go change shirts. Go change shirts real quick and then come back and then Hulkamania style off a shirt.
I think it'll be better if the viewers keep fantasizing about what my chest might look like. They'll all be sorely disappointed when they find out the truth.
I think you've got inverted nipples. That's what I'm going to
say. You have an Audi when I'm supposed to have an innie. Wait, that's the other way around.
Other way around.
Just for the viewers, for whoever's interested, that's what it was. There you go. I thought it was pretty dang good. Just saying. I thought it was great.
You look like you should be in some like really shitty Mexican knockoff of like Miami Vice.
So I was driving by a really shitty McDonald's right on the one street that's known as Skid Row Street in Victoria. If you know which one I'm talking about, you know. If you know Victoria, you know what I'm talking about. There's a McDonald's on it.
Isn't there only like one street through all of Victoria? They all connect.
Bitch, there are 3. Okay. And as I'm driving down it, there's this homeless guy ruffling through the garbage of the McDonald's, and he looks at me in the car and goes, "Damn, no doubt's a mustache."
What?
It had an impression on people. It certainly got a rise out of my wife. She actually did a double take because I picked her up from a business trip, and she's like, "Oh, hi, honey. What did you do?" So yeah. Aside from that, I want to go on to our main topic. Oh my god, we have 14 viewers. What the fuck? Okay.
Our main topic?
Main topic is garbage rods, and garbage rods of multiple different flavors. Does anyone have any garbage rods nearby, huh?
Well, we all do.
Except me, actually. Oh, I wonder why. You guys get to hear that soon. Hey, tell us about your garbage rod, Garrett.
Buddy shot probably 200 rounds of corrosive out of it. Let it sit for 2 years. Was going to throw it out. Said, "Do you want it?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." Took me 2 days to clean her up. She's only a little scummy in there, but shoots good. So, and it's Russian, 1954, Tula. Good gun. Price was right. Excellent looking stock. It's got a nice, really good shine to it. Good looking. People like it. It was free. Saved it from a dumpster.
Somebody said on the side chat, Mexican Freddie Mercury. I will take that.
Yeah.
I will tell that to my wife, and she will disagree. But you know.
Hey, how much AIDS do you have?
0. I have super AIDS.
Oh.
Right up the butthole.
Not Ebola AIDS.
Oh fuck no! I'd be dead. South Park references, LOL. Any other garbage rods, Garrett? I think you have another one, don't you?
Yeah, but it's not nearby. It's like 2 rooms over.
Is it green?
No.
Is it a Mosin?
What's that?
Hey,
a Mosin Nugget?
Is that another meme quality gun?
Is it a wait, Adriel, you don't have a moist nugget, do you?
I have a moist nugget, but I have a different one. Does this count?
Oh,
Mr. 11.5-inch sight radius.
I think it kind of counts, right?
You're gonna get that
11.5
out of that Tyler promised.
Yeah.
Who the fuck, Gelardo? Sorry,
Gelardo's 1 MOA. All guns are 1 MOA if you take 1 shot.
All day. It's surprised. You know, I got 3 or 4 MOA with it on paper, reliably 3 or 4 MOA.
Wait, wasn't it the Caliber that said that they were like 6 MOA guns?
They must have got a bad one because I can print a 3 or 4 MOA group with this thing pretty reliably. Now, when people say I can print an X group, a lot of times what they're talking about is I shot 3 or 4 targets. One of them was one MOA. That's what they mean all the time. But yeah, now you can punch 3 MOA groups with this pretty reliably. Every once in a while, it'll squeak out to 4. Rifle's fine.
But you also have another garbage rod, don't you?
I've got a few. I got them stacked up over here. Not stacked.
Okay. Just keep them coming, big guy. Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. Here's a moist nugget. I got a chance to run this at our historical shoot. Did I talk about that?
Yeah, you did.
We had a historical shoot, and stripper clips on these suck. Even
they're terrible.
Suck. Yeah, they suck. They're terrible. They're really hard to load, and that's like super costly on a on an action shooting match. But this gun's fun to shoot. I did a trigger job on this one. Empty. I don't want to ND into my house. And it's got a long trigger, but the actual weight on it, it's not all that bad. You can watch.
What do you mean by trigger job? What'd you do? Did you just like take a file to the fucking surfaces and polish them up or something?
Yeah, you polish the surfaces, and then the big thing with this is the sear height on it will make a big difference. Iraqi Veteran 888 has a really good video on how to do this. And it's fairly foolproof. You should be like mechanically inclined to take a stab at it, but it's not that bad. One of the things you can watch from the Mosin is the bolt to see if it goes up or down when you're pulling the trigger. A good trigger job, that it should just stay the same. So if I pull my trigger, you can see there it doesn't really move. So that just says that sear is flat on it. If it was angled, the bolt might move up, which will give it like positive engagement, which is safe, but kind of shitty for your trigger pull. If it goes down, that means it's actually got like the worst kind of engagement where it'll actually slip on it. I mean, I'm not a gunsmith, but I don't know that kind of stuff. I got a pretty rough SKS. This is a Soviet. It's got some like roughness on the stock, but it runs great.
That's what you commonly call the barbecue paint?
No, this is just did I redo this one? No, this is the shellac or whatever that they put on it. This is the rough part here. Yeah, this looks terrible here. I'd redo it, but I don't care. I use it for what it was supposed to be used for, which is like banging out rounds in a gravel pit kind of thing.
I thought it was supposed to be used for killing dirty capitalists.
That too.
Oh, the iron.
And
you got the big version.
The big boy, yeah. I don't have the mag in it right now because it's in my safe there. It's like all these guns have huge mags on them, so to have them all stuffed in a safe is just too much space. But yeah, I got an SVT 40. This one's using the SVT stock, so it's not the AVT stock, so it's nice and thin.
Yeah, it's got a cross bolt there because I've heard SVT stocks will split at the back there because they're thinner compared to the AVT stocks.
Yeah.
And fun fact, they have so many AVT stocks because they were like, oh, we should make a gun that's fully automatic and a full rifle size cartridge. Except that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The AVTs were going to destroy themselves.
Yeah. Have we done like a showcase of the SVT on this show before?
Yeah, like back when I did
SVT showcase impromptu. Hey nerds,
Here, hold on, I'll go find mine too.
There we go. I got a good camera though, so at least I can show off like some of this stuff. So the SVT is like super over-engineered. Lots of the stuff on this is like really, really well designed. So nice. It starts up here. It's got a little push button detent for the cleaning rod. No like screwing it in or bending it. You push the little button and now you can take it out. And it's got the little detent there on the cleaning rod.
So the second time I've accidentally left this open.
That's kind of like the start to this thing, right? This thing is like really well engineered. I would say there's a couple things on here that you see now in guns that were taken from the SVT. So it's got a muzzle brake, which is kind of interesting. They wanted to make like a really lightweight gun that a soldier could carry. We got this vented forend here. There's your barrel band. It comes off. And then we get to see the gas system on this thing. Gas system has been copied by a lot of other rifles. Get some of this stuff out of the way.
Curiously enough, you know what rifle that's relevant to us Canadians lately has a gas system that looks a shitload like that?
The Volquartsen thing?
The WK-180. The WK-180 is like a cup and piston. Yeah, just like this thing. Yep. There's actually a couple of like the 180 uses a cup and piston like this. So there's your piston, there's your cup. So that's your action rod there. You can see it poking through the receiver.
And that's what they mean by a long action piston. Look at the size of that thing.
You know, I think the long stroke versus short stroke. Long stroke, I think, is connected to the bolt. So like your AK style will be a long stroke. This is called a short stroke because it only goes that far. Yeah. So it doesn't actually connect to the bolt.
The AK was a long stroke or a short stroke, and this was a long stroke.
I thought the AK has the bolt and the gas piston as like one big unit. And that's
the AK is one continuous piece. Yeah. Like when you disassemble it, you take out a great big long motherfucker because it's the piston, which is part of the bolt carrier group. Remember, it's part of the bolt carrier group, not the bolt. The bolt is its own thing.
Yeah, I could pull I can't remember how similar the Chinese Type 81 is, but it's somewhat similar. Now, this, like, there's a lot of little parts in this thing. I try to imagine, like, being in Stalingrad or some hellhole and trying to clean one of these fuckers would have been just
That's why the
terrible.
Soviets hated these, but the Finns and the Germans loved them because the Soviets didn't know how to clean guns.
Well, and, like, try to do this with poor equipment or no heating or, like, just under bad conditions.
Or, pissing down the barrel.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you got to clean the gas system on this because it's got a gas system. So now, what I just showed you guys there, I had to take the barrel band off. I had to take that little metal thing off. I had to take the upper off. Now I got to take this cup off. Hey, all this corrosive ammo, it gets in the cup. It gets in here. It gets inside there. You actually have to clean up inside this thing, or
I've never done that on mine. I've never bothered to clean it like up.
Oh, you should clean it. You should clean it. This corrodes like bad.
Oh no, I cleaned that. I mean, like I thought you were talking about like in here, but like I cleaned inside that. Like I stick a
He's talking about the gas block, Adriel. Adriel, the gas block.
Exactly. I stick that up in your CLP. The
Dollarama pack of pipe cleaners.
Like that. What Crazy's talking about is that he doesn't actually fuck around with the gas block itself. He will clean the gas.
Yeah, I have not taken off the gas block here because I know this is actually just a sleeve over top of the actual barrel, and this comes off like this pin here that you see there. You can walk that pin out and slide the whole thing off.
And you can actually take that entire cup off. And I know for a fact, because when I had an SVT, I consider it. There's a guy out in the States that sells a stainless steel cup and gas
cup and piston.
Gas piston,
yeah. This screws out of here, and it's actually quite easy to do
if you have the right tool. If you have the right pliers,
can
you weld a nut to it and turn it out?
No, it's a square. It's super easy.
Another thing too that's good with the SVT that a lot of other semis didn't have.
I got a welder. Use it.
Is the adjustable gas system.
What's that? It's an adjustable. Yeah, we've gotten away from that now.
We don't make sense because when you look at the Type 81, it has 2 settings for gas. The M14 has 2 or 3 settings for gas, I think.
Yeah, we don't talk of the M14. That's an outdated platform.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's got this crazy little pentagram thing that you turn for like adjusting the gas.
That one you cannot use unless you have the right tool. It's a pain in the fucking ass.
No, you unscrew the if you unscrew
it with vice grips
system, it actually becomes easier to turn this. So if you unscrew that cup in here, that's underneath all this becomes easier to turn. So you can turn this and screw the cup back in.
So what you're saying is you do twice the work to do what should be a simple fucking, action if it was a sensible fucking shape, like a fucking square.
Here's simple. The Type 81, you chuck a 762 in there and you turn it. And that's adjusting your gas system right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's your tool. Boop.
There you go. Oh, speaking about 762, Red Viking on the side chat on YouTube says, a little birdie tells me Canada Am was bringing back the 1,000-round crates of non-corrosive 762 by 39 for 350-ish. Forgot what they were going for last year.
Nice. Well, I've already got like way too much non-corrosive 762 by 39.
Yeah. I only have corrosive.
I have his with the mag on, so there's the mag on. So with the mag.
Nobody can see you. Hold on, Crazy.
Yeah, sorry. This is it with the mag on. There's what the mag looks like. Here's the magazine. There's where they shove the fucking rivet.
Yep.
Does it drop free?
Rock and lock.
Yeah. So when you take it out, you actually this is the mag release back here, and this actually folds out of the way because originally they wanted the magazine to not come out. They wanted you to load it with Mosin stripper clips because it's actually got a guide for that here. So the mag.
Have you actually tried loading that with stripper
it's clips? Even worse to load this than it is to load a Mosin Nugget. Don't bother, especially since this is a double stack mag. You can just push the rounds down on top of each other. It's way easier.
Yeah.
But so the idea was you're meant to keep this closed, and if you absolutely had to or for cleaning, you pop that, and then you're supposed to grab the mag and then hit this with your thumb.
Well, it keeps it nicely out of the way, right? It keeps that mag catch nice and out of the way. So it's kind of nice.
See, that's another bit of over-engineering, right?
You pop that there and then rock the mag out, and it does have to go and get rocked in, and then you flip that out of the way. That way also too, if you're like in the middle of battle or some shit, you're not actually accidentally going to hit your mag catch or something. I don't think
they let the people who are using those go too close to the battlefield. These are expensive.
I mean, they saw action in Russia and in Finland, and the Germans
suppressing
really liked
fire.
them. But that being said, the Russians didn't believe that they were good enough as they were, so they went, you know what would make them even better? Full auto.
Or, you know what would make them even better? Let's just use Mosin's instead.
What actually?
You skipped the step where they realized that maybe they shouldn't have a gun that beat itself to pieces. Am I right, Crazy?
Well, that was with the AVT. So the actual plan with these was they actually wanted 1/3 of all troops to have an SVT-40. So they actually acknowledged the superior firepower you get with semi-automatic, and they wanted 1/3 of all troops to be equipped with them. Now, those numbers were not realistic. This was a complicated rifle to produce compared to the Mosin. It was a complicated rifle to maintain compared to the Mosin, so they never reached those numbers. They made like 35 million Mosins, 40 million Mosins, and like 2 million of these. So they didn't quite reach those numbers, but they acknowledged the benefits semi-automatic provided. Then they thought, you know what we need? We need something that's like man-portable, but also fully automatic. And that's where the whole AVT stock thing comes in. Because the AVT-40
bad boys in.
Yeah, the AVT-40 was the fully automatic version of this gun, and it was known to destroy itself, so they actually banned the soldiers from using it in full auto. But they made a whole bunch of these stocks, which are actually thicker back here. You notice on Adriel's he had a screw right around here. That's because the action, because it was so thin, would split right around here. So they put that screw in there to kind of hold it together and reinforce it a bit. But with the AVT, like when you engage the safety, it flips off to one side there. The reason the AVT is that is because full auto would have been pushed into this one here. So this means semi-auto. And then the other way, which is like when you're going to semi-auto, it's the easier one. You've got your trigger finger, you push it, now it's ready to go. You had to consciously choose to go to fully automatic because you had to push it the other way. So
yeah, if you want to go fully semi-automatic, you have to give it a reach around.
That was actually a design idea they carried over into the AK. The idea was the soldier's not going to accidentally panic, flip the thing into full auto, and dump the whole mag. That's why, as far as I know, with the AK, full auto is the middle one, and semi-auto is the lowest one when you go for the safety. So an AK safety is safe, full, semi. So the idea was if a soldier panics and just flicks the gun off of safe and goes to fire, they pull the trigger, bang. And that's it, just one shot. So
and then they die, and then someone else picks up their gun and they use it.
Yeah,
that way. That way,
is the way of the AK.
But that was the idea.
Conserve ammo.
Philosophy there.
Set your sights to 10 for maximum power.
11. Hey, Crazy. How much do I have to pay you to convince you to take that bad boy apart on camera?
Nothing. I've done it before.
Oh boy!
Oh, here it comes.
I've seen a guy hit himself on the dick taking those things apart.
I don't know if Adriel had the sling, but the first thing you have to do is actually take the sling off, because if you try and take the barrel band off, it's not going to work.
You got to take your cleaning rod out.
Okay, cleaning rod out. Take this cap off.
Take your sling cap off. Take your upper handguard off. Take your mag out.
I'll do that later.
Pull back on the rod and disengage the rod.
Oh, my thing just fell out. This is actually several parts.
Oh yeah,
Jesus
that makes
Christ.
sense.
Oh yeah.
Lots
by
of
the
parts.
way, the
don't want to lose that in the snow.
The rod is not one piece; it's multiple pieces with a freeze.
There's that part.
Take the mag out. Okay, here we go, boys and girls. Let the mag down. Oh, here we go. Pulling on the dust cover forward.
You got to put your finger on the spring there to make sure it doesn't rock back. Yep.
Ride it back.
There you go. Holy crap!
That recoil assembly. How many little parts would you lose in the snow or the muck?
Yeah. And then the bolt comes out of the bolt carrier like that.
I think that's cool.
For the recoil assembly, it is 4 parts. This is the rearmost. There's this spring. This spring is connected to this spring here with this thing in the middle.
The guide rod of the bolt is split in 2, and there are not 1 but 2 different springs on the guide rod.
The most annoying thing is getting the bolt back in again because it's riding on 2 rails, and if you try and put it in like this, the bolt always falls out of the carrier. So it's easier to put it in upside down. Left side goes in first.
For the listeners, Tracy is now holding the rifle upside down as he lovingly finger fucks it into submission.
You didn't show people how they take the trigger group out. That's real intuitive.
Trigger group. You flip this to the side and then push on this with a
button, with a bullet.
With a bullet.
Either a bullet or a pen, and then the trigger.
Bullet.
Nope.
A bullet.
I have a bullet handy, and I'm not doing that.
Go get a bullet. Do it. Do it.
No.
Get a bullet. Take it out.
Quality entertainment, folks. Quality entertainment.
Yeah.
There we go. So it'll slide freely once you got it in there properly.
After lovingly finger fucking it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, here
I went to the bathroom.
Remember that
piss,
4-piece guide rod?
So, yeah, it's not
spring
fun.
thingamajigger kits. Hey,
And
why don't
then-
you get it on camera? We want to see.
That'll be fun. So you got to kind of hold it in place with your thumb here so that it doesn't fly all the way back, because then you've got to get that last cup piece into the back of that.
Is there
I'll try and get some
SBC
camera as best as I can.
Is that a thing?
No,
Can you
but what he's
thumb
doing
up?
right now, if he does it wrong, the spring launches.
Show the
again.
camera up higher. Show it up higher. We gotta see it.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Wait.
he's gonna launch it to his dick. Oh, he's getting red.
The heckling. The heckling.
It's coming.
Fuck you guys for doing it on camera.
I told
Oh,
you.
well,
Why did you do it
it's
on
not on
camera?
camera. We can't see it. Get it on camera.
I was.
Oh.
Tilt the camera down.
He's hitting on the hammer.
Oh.
He cheated. People, there were special effects added. He grabbed his second gun there.
Yeah, right.
That's what the Russians
I told
would
you I
have
was
done
gonna
too.
pay you money to do it, but no, I can do it, no problem. He
It'll
said.
pay Pelham $1.
I am doing it, no problem.
Oh yeah, that looked totally painless. Do that with an AR-15. See how long it takes you. or heaven forbid, do it with an M1 Garand. Oh boy.
M1 Garand.
Or do it with an AK analog.
I
Are
mean,
you
the whole
done,
thing with trying to
Adriel?
take an AR apart is you need a bunch of fucking tools and shit to get all the fucking pieces
No, I'm
off.
pretty sure you need a bullet. That's all you need.
How many tools did I look? Yeah, try and take the fucking buffer tube off with a bullet. Go ahead.
If you're with a bullet or
Yeah,
with
you
a
shoot it off with another gun.
pair of sturdy thumbs, if you're not a giant, vaginal
You
shit.
can say it. You can say it.
I know. It took me a second to
You're gonna
commit
go
to it.
just wrench on your AR and unscrew the fucking buffer tube out of the ass end of it. That's probably held in there with a fucking crunch
Wait,
washer.
why would you take the buffer tube off? I understand taking the buffer spring and buffer out, but why would you unscrew the buffer tube? That's
There
like
we go.
that's like trying to take the stock off the SBT. Okay, how many tools do you need to do
I've done
that?
You need a screwdriver, or no, you need a pair of pliers. And that's it.
Oh, so you do
Yeah.
need tools, is what you're saying.
You triggered him. He's triggered.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Try and take the AR-15's gas assembly apart as much as this one's without a tool.
Oh, we don't need to because we don't shoot corrosive because we're not filthy communists.
Yeah, until that one day that you get like a small piece of mud stuck up in there and your gun stops fucking working.
Why are you putting mud on your barrel? Are you stupid? You want it to blow up?
Because you're in Vietnam and you're diving into a fucking trench there.
That's what the condom over the barrel's for.
That's why the M16 did
And then you
shit in
reuse it?
Vietnam War.
No, the
When you wanna be
M15
loved
did
on
like
time.
shit because the government decided to not use the right kind of powder, causing huge overpressure issues, according to the designer of the AR-15, which if you bother to look for on YouTube, there's an interview of. Ha ha ha! Schooled. I love you.
John Moses Narenko.
AR-15 still jams like fuck if you get anything anywhere near the action on it compared to
you gotta
No,
watch
anything else
the
with a
no,
bullet.
No,
weapon.
both Adrian and I know what we're gonna say. Go watch In Range TV's mud test, homie. Yep. Go watch
I think the
it.
funniest
what
one that
doesn't
I've seen
stop your
actually
gun from
was when
jamming?
someone shoved a fruitcake in the action of an AK and the action of an AR.
Okay.
Well, you won't get it in the action day.
Was it a fruit pie or a fruit cake?
You know what? I almost said
Fruit
something
pie?
that's hugely, completely, and terrible to say in any other situation, but go ahead and show me the situation where you're fighting fruitcakes.
Christmas time. You don't want to be getting them. In the Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to see how hard it is to take the bolt out of one of these?
Do it. Do
Oh,
it.
I know how.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, wait. I'm putting a bullet in the back here because that's the true proletariat's tool.
Hell yeah.
That part comes off there.
There's the dust cover because it looks like an AK's. Oh,
This part
that sure
here
looks like a captive
out.
recoil spring on a guide rod.
Oh, weird. It's really easy. Oh, there's a bolt. Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
Now clean it with fresh urine, and you're good.
And for those
It's
of you that
hot,
don't know, the
it's
Type
sterile.
81 is an amalgamation of the SKS and the AK in that it uses
So it's said that it's an amalgamation of the SKS. There's nothing on here that's an SKS. This bolt
The-
is like an
the
AK,
bolt.
but it's short
The
recoil.
bolt.
Is it an amalgamation
No, look,
because it's legal in Canada?
No.
Look,
What I'm
this
saying is, no. It's an AK bolt on a SKS carrier with an SKS gas system.
SKS carrier would be using a tilting block. This is just like, I don't know. So it's not long stroke. It's not like it's connected to the piston. So I'll give you that. But the bolt and carrier is straight AK.
The receiver disassembly is like taking the bolt out is AK.
Yeah.
No, taking the bolt out is an AK bolt. Oh,
If I
don't
could
even
figure
try
out-
to get that handguard off, man.
Don't you
If I could
crank the
figure out-
sight the whole way to one side and do something fucky?
Yeah, you crank it all the way, and then you pull this guy out, and you turn it one more, and then it comes out.
What the fuck?
And then
Sweet.
there's your gas system right there.
Dude, that's an SVT. Oh, that's an SKS, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the SKS part. If you're gonna say
I
that this
told
thing's an
you.
SKS, because on an AK that should be connected to your bolts.
Yeah, no, that's connected directly to
shouldn't
the
do this.
bolt.
Shouldn't do that.
No.
And I don't know if the AK has an adjustable gas system like this.
I don't know. I can't
I don't know either.
No
Don't have them here in
AKs in
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah,
Well,
this is
there
as close
is.
as I'm
I
gonna
knew
get.
a guy with a helmet. He sold it for a hefty profit.
Yeah.
He
Anyways.
imported it to the States. Just what you should do. By the way, if you want an
Gotta
helmet, they're in
spend
the
money to
States.
make money.
Yep. I think that's it in terms of Milsurps. Oh, hold on a second. Grover had a Milsurp. He had a Milsurp up until a couple of hours ago, but what happened? Mr. Grover just said Milsurp. Well, I got a
We can just gloss over
Colombian
this part.
Mouser because I wanted something from my home country. And since I cannot have Galils or AKs or any of that sort of
Did
thing,
you buy a
from-
BB gun?
no, I bought a Colombian Mauser chamber in 30-06, and which I thought was an excellent condition. It was in okay condition, but what I came to find out is this motherfucker is a rebarreled Mauser from 7mm. And you know what happens with Mausers that are rebarreled? Headspace issues, because third world countries don't really know what they're doing when they stick a barrel on the fucking gun that they got from Germany.
They probably just stick the barrel on, and as soon as it's tight, it's like, that's good.
That's
Es finito.
it. That's it.
It was
So-
the German torque spec. Guten tight.
oh my god.
No?
yes, please. Da. Yeah, no, yeah.
Das is good.
Das is good.
Das.
Das. And yeah, I had to basically threaten the guy with legal action to take his rifle back because I wanted a shooter, and a shooter this was not.
See,
What
when you
was,
bought this, I told you last week
Yes,
that
In one word, based on what province he's from.
Oh yeah, he was a frog. So yeah.
Yeah, did I not tell you last week when you last time you mentioned you bought this that they were in 7mm? Why would you buy it in 30-06?
Well, because fuck reloading snowflake calibers, and I already had like 100 pieces of 30-06 brass that I picked up on the
If you're
range.
gonna reload, who cares? It's a
I'm
bolt
not
action.
paying $100 for brass. I already did that for my Lapua brass for my 308. I don't need to
Dude,
do
you
that
can
again.
find 7mm Mauser at gun shops for like $35 $35-40 a box of 20.
I'm pretty sure Canada Ammo had some crazy sale on 7mm Mauser. Didn't they?
8mm Mauser, I know, but I don't know about 7mm.
Oh, I thought they had like that you could buy them by the 1,000.
Now,
that was
to
8mm.
another
That was
story
definitely
regarding
8mm.
Milsurps, and this is an anecdotal one from a gun show because gun show stories and Milsurps go hand in hand. I was walking through the Calgary Gun Show about
303 Enfield.
years ago, and I happened upon an SVT. This was when they were back in the day, $250. Remember those days? I sure do. And I asked the gentleman standing behind the counter, a portly gentleman and his portly son, who had an irking of farmers, if they had used it. I said, have you cleaned it? And they said, yeah, we've cleaned it. And then I said, have you cleaned the gas system? And then they said, what's a gas system?
What's a gas system?
I then proceeded to ask them if it would be okay for me to check the rifle. And they said, well, go right ahead. But we're not sure what you're going to check because, we cleaned the gun. And so I broke it down much similarly in the way that Crazy and Adriel did. You know how Adriel said that the gas system is notorious for corrosion? The cup and the piston were just rust, the whole thing.
Oh, you could just hit it with a brass brush or you just get it up and cold.
This is the kind of rust where you shoot it, much like Garrett's. You shoot it, you leave it for 2 years, and then you go, well, this is a write-off. Except these guys did that, probably stuck it in a shed. Probably stuck it in a shed somewhere in, backwoods Alberta, and then they went to a gun show and asked for a price for it.
But I mean, did they have attractive cousins?
I think they were cousins.
To them, attractive to them.
They might have been cousins.
That SVT stainless gas piston and cup, they're $65 from the States.
I think it's well worth it.
Yeah,
I think it's well worth it. And while you're at it, you can buy the tool. And if you feel particularly ambitious, you can buy a bayonet for $250.
Yep.
Nice.
Even
how many capitalists can you stab with it?
Yeah, no, those bayonets are not Mosin bayonets. They're not dirt cheap. Those ones are one of the expensive ones. Although I know a friend of mine who is really big into Swiss rifles. He's paying about $4 per bayonet that he buys from his guns.
Oh, are those the sawback ones though?
Yeah,
those are cool,
dude. Like it's insane. Like he's well on his way to having every Swiss gun. He's even got a Vetterli, and he's making preparations for making it shoot centerfire.
I have a question. Can you just use like a Dremel to make a 6 sawtooth bayonet, or is that against the rules?
I would get like one of those chop saws that's got the grinding wheel on it, and I would just do that.
Just knock it as it goes through,
buddy, just grab a file.
No, fast.
I gotta use power tools. Tools.
A grinder if you want to go freehand.
Go grab a grinder. Yeah.
Oh, grinder. Okay.
Grinder.
And get a little bit of finger blood on there too.
Make sure that your grinder wheel is nice and square, so you can make square notches in it.
Oh yeah, that's how all mine are. I don't throw them away. Don't throw them away till they explode, right?
That's why you squint your eyes while you're doing it.
Safety squint, man. Shit starts flying in your eyes, you look away. Didn't I teach you guys this stuff?
To mention that this show is for entertainment purposes only. Don't take us seriously.
Oh shit! You forgot to say that, Crover. We're liable.
Fuck.
See, stop broadcast. End it.
We are supposed to start saying that, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean we're supposed to like this is not.
It was at the start.
This is one of the shows where we open beers with surplus rifles. This isn't one where you're supposed to follow what we do.
Wait! Present to everyone.
Whoa!
Yay!
That's the kind of show this is.
I gotta put mine back together here.
Yeah. Oh, should I shotgun a beer? I should shotgun a beer.
Only if you spear it with a bayonet.
All right.
I don't have a bayonet.
Time to drink another beer. Hold on.
Wait.
It popped up.
Something popped up on this thing. Anyways,
if you shotgun the beer with one of these, this would be serious, right?
Oh, yeah. Make sure to leave make sure that it's one of those that still has the Cosmo on it, so you get the whole experience of having some.
I love the smell of Cosmo.
I mean, maybe if the Herbs had left some Cosmo on his when he was using it.
Oh, God bless the Herps. That's not a name I haven't thought in a while.
You got the herpagonosyphilades?
Oh, you know the Herps?
No.
Oh,
Well,
fuck, dude.
Maybe
Herps
I don't know
on
your
Reddit.
local Herbs.
Well, yeah. No, the Herbs was a user on Reddit who... He was an
Ass fucked
guy.
himself with a bayonet from an SKS.
Oh,
Good for him.
Yeah, I don't know if that. This isn't that kind
That
of
sounds
show.
like a weekend gun it guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he posted that. To
We haven't
Weekend Gun.
descended that low.
No, he actually posted that to Weekend Gun. I think I have that thing saved somewhere.
No one wants to
Oh.
see that.
But here's a
Oh.
nice Manitoba brew for the boys here. It's called Blueberry. The bear is spelled with an A. It's very delicious.
It's here in Manitoba. I get. Oh, fuck yeah, bud. You're good at that. Oh, yeah. Kill that beer. Oh,
Oh, what a bunch of hooligans! What a bunch of hooligans!
good push, dude.
This might be my new bottle opener at parties. Just bust this bad boy out.
Do it.
Just wait. If we're gonna get the beer out, we gotta get the guns.
Leave the trigger lock on. You guys don't have your pals.
I'm gonna try and find the Herbs post.
No,
It's just
you
got a
actually
couple little
can't
things
show
in
that
there. It's
on-
not a real trigger lock. It's just they got the little dots. You could spin them
I'll
with
just put a
couple of-
zip. Just put a zip tie through the
they're safe.
gun show loopholes and stuff. Right?
Gun show.
Grover, don't bother looking for that. YouTube will actually ban you.
No, I'm just gonna share this.
YouTube's
Yeah,
gonna
share
ban
it.
us one way or the other.
Yeah.
For what?
The 8 mil Canada ammo selling. It's very.
Is it? Oh, wait a minute. I think I looked that up on Google. Yeah, look up the Herbs Reddit. It's SKS. Fuck myself in the ass. You'll find it.
There we go.
Yeah.
The
That's a
Liberals
hard
are going to ban handguns and assault weapons. I think I've
Ban
got.
all the guns.
I think
All
this
guns.
This
Ban.
is an assault weapon, right? This would be used for like assaulting people in Vietnam or
Assaulting
something.
beer is open.
Mm-hmm. Assaulting
I
bears.
have a problem. Is this a handgun or an assault weapon?
Yes.
It's both. You're double fucked.
You're double.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's in 32
You
ACP.
can't
I'm
both.
triple fucked.
Oh yeah. They're gonna
How,
be like,
how are you in possession of that prohibited weapon right now?
sir?
Because it's a rifle.
You forgot to put
But
this in
yes, they've given the mandate letter to Bill Blair to examine the possibility of prohibiting handguns and assault weapons in Canada without impeding legal firearms owners.
Hey, Bill Blair's your boy. Like, how's this going to go for us?
Oh, fuck. From what I've actually heard, Bill Blair supposedly has a handgun collection. He has also previously stated that he does not think banning handguns will work. Multiple other police agencies, police chiefs, and the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police have also said they don't think a handgun ban will work.
Sometimes they say that.
So what I actually think with this is, given the wording says examine the whatever the fuck, is I expect he's either going to completely ignore this or he's going to examine it and come back with, nah, fuck it.
Or he's going to examine it and say, I wonder what my bosses want. They want me to put it through. Okay, I'm going to put it through.
Nah. Frankly, I don't think Trudeau actually really wants to push this either. He's just kind of signaling to all the people who he's worried might vote NDP.
Like he's trying to show his virtue through signaling.
Yes, he's virtually,
Yeah.
yes. But, because actually, from what I understand, Trudeau inherited his father's relatively sizable gun collection.
You know that any rule...
Fidel
that,
Castro probably has a whole pile of guns.
Actually, he does. Like, there's a museum in Cuba with Castro's gun collection.
Did
I know.
Trudeau get any
Been
of
to
those?
Cuba.
Did Justin get any of those?
They're will to his
I'm
northern
sure he
son.
inherited one or two of them.
They're will to his mother. Hopefully, before she dies of syphilis, I can be passed to Justin.
To the son, the king in the north.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, hello there, RCMP and CSIS.
Hey, this show's
Yeah.
for entertainment purposes only.
That's his
I
only.
don't think anything's actually going
We
to
are
happen.
98% memes.
Really? Especially since I know
99.
everyone's going to start emailing and phoning and lettering and everything Bill Blair and Trudeau and Goodale in regards to this. Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Come on.
No,
Like,
they
there's
don't
2 million PAL owners. They don't give a fuck. They write us all off as, oh, they're all conservatives, so fuck them all.
Yep.
Oh, hey, you're gonna thank me for this quick dub. Maxime Bernier wants to make Canada great again.
Oh yeah. I like the idea of a libertarian party. I don't like the timing and the
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
the
the idea
worst.
that Maxime
Split
Bernier
the
is supposed
votes
to
to
be-
give it to Trudeau again.
yeah.
I would vote for
Basically.
Mad Max, but no one else
You know
is
what I
gonna.
want? You know what I want this to be? I want it to be a clusterfuck and a minority government. That's what I want.
He has to
No.
draw votes away from the Liberals for that to happen. It's not happening. He's drawing votes away from the Conservatives. So the issue is this.
Well,
What about the
Oh.
NDP?
You know what I
Fuck the
think? I think I know nothing about the sort, but I'm gonna give my opinion anyways. So I fit right into the internet.
Let's hear it, liberal.
That's a
Tommy.
oh.
Fucking pinko.
Better dead than red.
But when it comes to the Bernie boys here, I mean, fucking, for one, it just looks like Bernier's being a childish fuck after he lost the leadership election is a realistic thing.
Dairy
Like
cartels.
I would have supported him in his bid, but I don't join political parties. But like, I wanted him to win, and when Andrew Scheer won, I was like, who the fuck is
Trudeau said he was going to ban anime.
Oh! Oh!
Shots fired.
Shots fired. He's
Like,
got a bad
if-
body. He's gonna
Find a
ban
legitimate source for that, and I will actually pay you because I know it doesn't exist.
and any single males traveling to Japan are not allowed to come back.
Yeah.
They will be
They'd love that,
granted
though.
a passport.
I'm not even going to bother killing this joke by listing all the violations of the Constitution in it. Fuck
Like
it.
Because you're huge in Japan?
When you self-identify as a weeb, you give up all your rights.
Once again, I'm not even going to bother addressing these jokes with the Constitution.
Milady.
What stupid shit were we talking about before this shit?
Bernie.
Oh yeah, Bernie.
Great again.
Fucking, like, he's acting like a petulant fuck basically with this and splitting the conservative vote primarily because the issue is
That's
like
the worst.
there's a reason that it was actually unfortunately this phrase is being ruined thanks to Charlottesville, but it was called Unite the Right, and it happened in like 2003 after like more than a decade of Jean Chrétien being prime minister, where Stephen Harper, leader of the Alliance Party, said all of Canada's conservative parties need to come together because then we can beat the Liberals, and he was right, and he ruled for 9 years after that.
That sounds like some sort of
what a
alt-right
glorious reign.
So the whole
Yes.
problem with Bernier is he is now splitting the right again, and this is going to lead to at least one more Liberal, probably majority, and then possibly another Liberal government after that until either whatever. Like, frankly, I'm just hoping this
Alberta
party
secedes.
fizzles and dies.
Yeah.
But an early abacus poll shows
build the wall.
Make Cascadia? Is it Cascadia?
Cascadia is the one with Oregon, BC, and some other Washington state.
I don't want to be in the same state as BC. Fuck
I
those.
don't want to be in the same state as BC.
Oh no, it doesn't include Alberta. Don't worry. But the thing with Bernie
Alberta
is, according
is
to an
North
abacus
Montana
poll,
now.
his party is his Bernie Boys party is supposedly polling at 13% in an early poll without even having a name yet, which is more than the Green Party and almost as much as the NDP.
Well,
But of course, he took the most votes away from the Conservatives in this poll. They actually did take Liberal and NDP support, surprisingly, but the most votes. Or the
I mean,
most
at
support
this
was taken
point,
from the
at this point, just having a fresh face might help, and the amount
People
of
see the success.
chaos that this will
Or-
serve will in some way affect the next election. Like, this is going to have an effect.
Look at
What
it
it
was the
is,
same thing that happened with Trump, right? Outsider candidate, rocked the boat, crazy talk, everybody saying, oh, this guy's a bad choice, and a bunch of people said, fuck it. Our votes are garbage anyways,
The issue-
especially if you don't live in Ontario, like in Manitoba. Doesn't matter who I vote for, doesn't matter, right? On a federal level, what happens in Manitoba?
You are a road you drive through.
Yes, literally. We are Canada's heart, beats, but ain't nothing going on here.
It's mostly on the highway. It's mostly an artery.
Yeah, we got some sick hydroelectric power, a little bit of oil. That's about it.
Hey,
But
You got
the
the Jets.
issue with first past the post though is
that's-
he has to have his support translate into writings to do anything. Otherwise, he's just taking votes away from the Conservatives and giving more writings to the Liberals because no one's going to vote for the NDP because Jagmeet Singh's a fucking idiot.
2 Rolexes,
thought the,
BMW, 6 bikes.
I thought
Sweet man.
the Liberals are supposed to change the voting stuff, but I guess they won, right? I guess they
Yeah,
won. So
they're not doing that.
yeah.
Ride it out.
Believe it or not, that's actually that's a sticking point for a lot of people on Reddit who are still very, very pissed off at Justin Trudeau about that.
Sure, took a sweet time with marijuana too. Holy.
oh,
And
what
then
you
he
mean?
fucked
You
marijuana
assembled the
horribly.
committee to study the opinion of the people that said that they may have wanted that new voting system.
You know what they said?
No. They said.
What? You can't hear it? Let me turn it up for you.
Oh,
A little bit of Return of the King. Anyways, so I mean, I guess the negative repercussions for us gun owners is that if they get a majority, we're fucked.
Pretty much. The
Except-
Liberals
except,
really haven't
I
been
mean-
touching.
No, they
They
have.
had for years, and all they did was virtue signal.
Yes,
Why-
but that's
No. Go rewind like 8 to 12 years, and they were really on the warpath
Paul
of
Martin.
banning all handguns.
Paul Martin
they-
campaigned on banning handguns in the election. Stephen Harper beat him in. Stéphane Dion campaigned on banning handguns and semi-automatics. I think it wasn't until Michael Ignatieff that they finally realized that was a stupid idea and stopped. But Michael Ignatieff was an
I know.
American. He was
Like,
win anyways.
Garrett, aren't you just loving listening to all these names of people that are not relevant anymore?
But
You know what? All relevant when they had their time. They had their moment in the spotlight. There was a chance.
Yeah,
Well,
they did.
that could have been bad news. for all of them.
writing. He was never relevant.
Yeah.
But,
Anyways, so for this to come back in is not like a shock. This was their game plan before. They got like beaten pretty badly twice when they ran on it. So now that they didn't run on it and they got in, maybe they'll just kind of
See, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like they got in,
It's that
and they
thing.
didn't do anything. They just
No,
sat
but
there
that's
going,
the thing.
like,
Is
that-
they,
"We
It's
don't
that
like
whole where
them."
they can use that thing that they ran on. Oh, we're going to legalize pot. Oh, we're going to take guns away. Oh, well, we didn't do it this time because we didn't have enough time. But if you give us one more shot at it, and
I don't
that'll
know.
be that
Like,
push again.
the other
like
thing
when's the
too
election?
is
The election is
Trudeau-
literally barely a year away, right?
it barely. It's about a year, a bit more than a
Yeah, it's
year
going to
away.
be fall in November. Yeah, just slightly more than a year.
So
But it'll be
this is
next
when
year.
we should
This
start, right?
time.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that
This-
Elections
this is
Canada
too
says you
late for
cannot
the-
campaign until like 8 weeks before the election. Is it?
Let's be realistic. Campaigning starts the second the last election's over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
When
the
CBC
sign-
decides
what
who's
are
gonna,
the signs? Like this
gonna
is
get
this,
behind.
they keep getting shooting after shooting, and they keep saying we're looking at things, but that's all they do.
Like I said,
But-
I think this is because Trudeau owns guns, Ralph Goodale owns guns, and Bill Blair owns guns.
No,
They
They don't care.
yes.
They don't
they
care.
don't care because no matter what happens, they will still own their guns. And once you have money, once you have fuck you money, you can do whatever you want, and it doesn't matter. You could go hunting tomorrow with an AR-15 and just shoot it off. And if the cops know you, and if you have money, it doesn't matter.
Or if you have
Do
a
you think
shitload
that's
of
gonna
private
stop-
land, if you had like tens of thousands of
Yeah.
acres and you're shooting your AR-15 on it, no
Yeah,
one's
if you
gonna
had
fucking
shitloads
know.
of private land, no one's going to
Yeah.
give a fuck.
And
Exactly.
if you have guns that are illegal, your cop buddy has them or your bodyguard has them, and you just shoot them sometimes, and they're your guns, but your bodyguard has them.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like I said though, I think that's my opinion on it is that they own guns, so they don't feel like taking their own guns away.
Man,
these
And
guys don't
on the
operate
matter
on
there,
feeling.
they've also been hesitant because they know guns play bad in rural areas, and they've won the election in a lot of rural ridings that they will lose on gun control. The Liberals know
they're
this.
already putting C-71 through, and C-71 is like super farmer unfriendly. All the farmers who want to sell a shotgun to their neighbor now have to call up and ask for permission. Hey,
You won't.
I'm going to sell
Just
my
like the
shotgun
last
to
one
my
you said.
neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's your permission slip, Mr. Farmer. I'm gonna go give this permission slip to my neighbor now. Hey, here's a permission slip. Now you call in and
Yep.
make sure.
And that's why
Like-
liberal backbenchers were fighting. We're actually trying to fight against C-71 is because they figure it's going to cost them all their ridings.
Well, it will. Like that's the thing. Like you're saying that they care about it and they're going to try to keep it, but by enacting that one, they're going to totally screw themselves in those rural areas because farmers will not like the inconvenience from that bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't personally care. I have restricted guns. If I need to sell a gun, I call up anyways. So I've got that shit on speed dial.
Yeah.
I in every single one of my transactions on CGN on online, there is an exchange of PAL information, and there is a call me made to verify that information.
Yeah, that's your due diligence.
That's your due diligence. And that's the thing. That's because I'm not a criminal. If I was a criminal, I wouldn't give a rat's ass where and to who the gun is going.
If I was a criminal, I'm a 45-minute drive from the U.S. border, and I can buy a gun in the States, and Lake Metagosh, anything is right there. There are unmanned border crossings.
The ferry is 5 minutes away, and an hour away from Washington.
Okay, we shouldn't be telling people how to break the law. I think that's one of the things that
this is what happens. We're not telling what happens. We're not breaking the law. We're telling you what happens.
I mean, the biggest smuggling port is apparently Cochrane, Ontario, because it's right next to a. People don't like hearing this. It's right next to a fucking border reserve, and it comes across through the reserve for an unmanaged border.
We're all legal gun owners, and legal gun owners don't do any of that because that's stupid. Why would I do anything to jeopardize the things that I enjoy?
Yeah.
Right? It's dumb. Criminals will always find criminal ways to do things.
No, criminals.
There's
not like criminals will do find ways. Criminals are gonna criminal because they're criminals.
I know where you're going.
You guys heard about the someone got caught straw purchasing 13 guns, and they got 3 years in prison.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, wasn't it because they reduced mandatory minimum sentences for that kind of?
No. That was the 3 years was the mandatory. 3 years was the mandatory minimum, and the judge gave them 3.5. Which is
the judge's decision, they said this is one of the worst crimes you can commit in Canada, and gave them 3 fucking years.
Yep.
So, like I was saying earlier in IRC, my opinion is that if you get caught with an illegal gun, you get taken out behind the cruiser, and then they check to see if the gun works on you.
Well, it seems extreme, but I like the cost savings. There's no court.
I admire it. Yeah.
The prison costs will go down
as long as the cops make that call, because I don't want to be caught out with my WK hunting, and that's an illegal gun.
Well, no. Don't you remember, Garrett? We're all criminals. We just have the little PAL permission slips that makes us not get arrested.
Yeah, but that permission slip makes me good, so I don't want to get.
That's why I'm gonna get my PAL tattooed on my ass cheek.
So when you're dead and you're at the corner, they're like, "What the hell is this? Oh, he was legal. Oh, darn it!
Shit."
Are they gonna have to just like every time you get the update on the end? Are they gonna have to just cross it out and add another like 002, 003? You're just gonna keep getting that. Change your address. Oh, here's your new pal.
No. I'm just gonna leave that blank. I'm just gonna write it in with a Sharpie.
Ah, good man.
Yeah.
What happens the one time you forget to and your pal's not valid?
Guess I'm fucking dead.
Won't miss it when it's dead.
Yeah,
I think this is a good note to end on, aside from the fact that the post of the week was a phenomenally shitty one.
No, let's go. Let's do it. Maximum
it was so shitty that I felt the need to flare it, and I gotta tell you, I approve. It's actually rather relevant. The Fireman's Act is a dumpster fire full of knee-jerk and emotional-based laws. Krover's seal of approval. Here it is, folks. How would you fix the gun laws? Me, repeal the Firearms Act.
Vaporware aesthetics. I love it.
Haven't I been saying this for like years now?
Why couldn't that space get in the top one? I wish we could have talked about vectors and how sweet they are.
This one was an interesting one. This is just literally Professor Firearms by name. The amount of shit that's on there that's just funny for giggles is hilarious. Ooh, I gotta upload
HK G11, which is a gun that for all intents and purposes never really existed.
Yeah, actually, Griffin 866666 has been killing it with a shit post, man. Look at if you would let me hunt with my AR-15, I would. AR-15 is only for killing people. My face when. Great.
Yeah, I'd kill the shit out of some coyotes.
Oh, I'd kill the shit out of some deer, geese.
I wouldn't hunt
Hey,
the 2.
is there a rat shot in 5.56?
No, but you
that'll
can
do
make
the
it.
deer.
Oh, that would make a goose. Is what I was thinking. It'd be like
this one
what was
was
that Eddie Murphy movie?
This one
They
was
were shooting
interesting. There was
ducks with
another
the
one just
M16s?
like this the other day. It's like we took a picture collection of my whole collection. And I think that's a decent collection. But then there is
There was
this.
the guy who had just a couple months on his.
This one, year and a half of a pal, empty wallet, full safe. Like, dude, Jesus, fuck.
Ooh, that's like
Sweet
one a month.
$300 rods.
Yeah, that's what people saying. Like, dude, that's like one a month. That's a fucking Jurgen.
Yeah.
That's like a 6.5 Swede gun.
Yep, that's AG-42 there.
Yeah.
He's got a.
Is that a
Hakeem?
There's moss in there?
Oh man, that's a whole pile of old guns.
Is that a, what is that? Is that an
It's all
FN-49, a
Milsurps.
Hakeem, or a
The one
fucking-
right above it? Yeah, I think that's.
Where's
an
this handy J's?
Dude, that is an
Shenanigans.
FN-49. Fucking sweet.
Oh,
Which
that
one
is an
that one?
FN-49. The
He's got a
FN-49, it
list
depends
of
on what caliber it's in and how much it costs. It's
I'm hoping.
Where
I'm gonna
is
save.
it?
I'm
Where
gonna
is
save
it?
my.
Where
It is an
is it?
FN-49, yep.
Where?
You see M44, SAFN-49, SVT-40, AG-42B.
At the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
bottom.
It is an SAFN.
Oh, damn. He's got a Type 38 Arisaka carbine.
So, what's the post of the week? How does that scale into the metro? What day should I upload my goose?
Well,
Now.
because I want to max it out.
technically it's been
Well,
two.
now is
So
kind
if
of
I go
me
for the month.
cheating,
Sometimes
so-
it catches. Like, see, this one was really nice. Leave your shooting spot with more than you brought
Yep.
in. That's
Absolutely.
fucking cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Frankly,
he's
I
got
think it
that
should be a
crunchy
criminal offense
granola.
to litter at a fucking shooting spot. Take
Yeah,
your
then
fucking
there's this
license
one.
away. You dump your shit there, take your fucking license.
There is Griffin again with the shit post. How I think I look, explaining how super gun laws are, how I really look.
Griffin, you get our seal of approval.
You know what?
It's
Fucking
quite funny when my
Cheers
buddies
to
are
beer
watching
to you.
these memes, and I'm just like, yeah, I saw this. It's like the
Oh, look,
fucking
there
top
he is
post.
again.
Top
Oh,
thing.
this is great.
He's
Level
nailing it.
all 7 levels. Gun owners who throw black rifle owners under the bus to protect their guns. I agree.
Griffin, you need to be on the next show, bud.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Premier
Oh,
Doug
let's see.
Ford is not stupid.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Then we have this is what
Look,
happens.
he's
Sometimes
there.
you get the ones that are like over a month old caught in the thingy here. Oh, there is. Oh, that's a sod. Oh, but there's Griffin again.
Yeah. Double stack just above him is Griffin too. Go
Ooh,
2 up.
He's good. He is good. Oh, there's another one. When your
Yeah.
boss congrats you on working late, but you were just looking at gun parts and lost track of time. Yep.
But I'm gonna
Oh,
next
the
show.
shit post.
I'll have stuff. sausage.
Is there anything
Head
you
geese.
would like to talk about, fellow gun owners?
Ah, we've jawed on for an hour and a half here.
Yeah, there's been a long one. The circle jerk was strong with Milsurps, and an impromptu talk about the largest of large garbage rods.
And how they function well as beer openers, by the way.
Mhm.
Next
That-
party favor.
Very
That
good.
right
I
now,
would say the SKS was a superior beer opener.
it's shorter, so it's handier.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I got to really watch
Easier to
like,
manage.
lights and anything in my
And you would
immediate
be
area.
popping fluorescent bulbs or
Oh,
people's
yeah.
melons.
Yeah.
SKS
If you got the
is
spike
just,
on there, you're gonna mess all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff up.
yeah.
All right, that's it. We're over. Have a good night, everybody. Say good night. See you in 2 weeks. Go watch and listen to the
Oh, wow, 18 people watching right
Slamfire
now.
Radio.
Slamfire Radio.
Slamfire Radio.
There.
That's damn
Quality source of entertainment. Not
Yes,
memes.
and
Beer
much
chugging.
more, family friendly.
far.
Hey, Crover, chug a beer before we go, though.
Oh fuck! Give me a second.